He was the king of rock and roll. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look at the life and career of Elvis Presley. Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. His love for music began in elementary school after he received a guitar for his 11th birthday. Following high school, he caught the attention of Sun Records after recording a few songs. The label was looking for a white artist to successfully capture the feel of black music. Elvis proved to be that man during a recording session with two local musicians in 1954. The trio then performed on radio and television and worked on rockabilly recordings. Presley signed with RCA Victor in 1955.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel.
The next year, both his first single, Heartbreak Hotel, and his self-titled debut topped the Billboard charts. Elvis Presley became the first rock and roll album to reach this position on Billboard. This was followed by a sexually suggestive performance of the song Hound Dog on The Milton Berle Show.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
And the 1956 best-selling single, Don't Be Cruel.
No, I can be found sitting home all alone.
Presley became a nationally recognized star after appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show that fall. His performance of Love Me Tender led to another #1 hit and became the title of his first film later that year. Presley also released his #1 sophomore effort, Elvis, in 1956. He continued to act and released the #1 soundtracks, Loving You and Jailhouse Rock EP. 1957's Elvis's Christmas album became history's best-selling holiday record. 1958 began with the #1 hit, Don't. A few months later, Presley was drafted and served almost 2 years in the U.S. Army. During this time, his label released previously recorded material, and the film King Creole hit theaters.
He goes by the name of King Creole. You know it's gone, jumping like catfish on a pole.
Presley returned to the U.S. in 1960 and issued several best-selling singles. Then came the #2 album, Elvis Is Back, the romantic comedy G.I. Blues, and its #1 soundtrack. Later that year, he found top 20 success with the gospel record His Hand in Mine, and returned to #1 with the country rock sound of the Something for Everybody LP. Most of Presley's films from the 1960s were commercially successful musical comedies.
If I can't help falling in love with you.
Many of these were also accompanied by soundtrack efforts that spawned several Presley classics.
Viva Las Vegas.
During this period, Presley also won his first Grammy for the gospel LP How Great Thou Art and married Priscilla Beaulieu, who later bore him his daughter, Lisa Marie. In 1969, Presley acted in the musical drama Change of Habit and released the double LP, From Memphis to Vegas, From Vegas to Memphis. Then came the concert documentary and album Elvis, That's the Way It Is.
We can't go on together with suspicious minds.
After releasing 3 non-movie albums in 1971, Presley recorded the Grammy-winning gospel LP He Touched Me. He continued touring and released the successful live effort Elvis, as recorded at Madison Square Garden. 1972's Burning Love was his last U.S. top 10 pop hit.
Your kisses leave behind like the sweet song of a choir, and you light my morning sky for burning love.
1973's Aloha from Hawaii via satellite was Presley's last #1 pop album during his lifetime. Meanwhile, an impending divorce and a prescription drug addiction began to affect his health and performances. He continued to tour, however, and even won another Grammy for the concert album Elvis, as recorded live on stage in Memphis. Presley released several more albums before his death, and many of these found success mainly on the country and adult contemporary charts. On August 16, 1977, Presley was found dead at his Graceland mansion, likely due to a cocktail of prescription drugs. With his good looks, musical talent, and rebellious image, Elvis Presley defined rock and roll and left an immeasurable impact on popular culture.
Your heart, baby,